Hi and welcome to the small scape. Today I'm really excited to bring you a scape, but it's a very special scape because it is one of 4 that I've created for, it's going to serve as a backdrop for my studio here for this channel, and also it will be the studio space for Primetime Aquatics weekly live stream on Wednesdays. So the first scape we just did on Primetime Aquatics, I will link that down below if you'd like to take a look at it. And the next 2 will be coming up, probably one on this channel and one, the last one on Primetime Aquatics. So keep a lookout for those, but I'm very excited to create these and then show you, and hopefully you like it. So thanks so much for stopping by, and let's take a look. Well, here is the scape. First and foremost, I'd like to thank, once again, Lifeguard Aquatics for sending out these really beautiful tanks. It's been a pleasure to scape them, and hope you like them too. They're just beautiful tanks. Now, first of all, the tank. It is an 8.3 gallon rimless, and it's raised. So it has a really, really beautiful low profile, and it's a very beautiful tank. The other great thing about this is that all the mechanics are hidden behind that black background, which is great, not only for scaping, because you don't have to worry about a sponge filter, you don't have to worry about seeing all the mechanics, which I don't like to see, but it's also a breeze when you go to fill up the tank and you don't want to mess up your scape, because you can just add the water through that back hidden portion. So first, how I did this was, let's start from the bottom up. I chose for the studio, of course, my favorite substrate of all time, which is the black top fin sand. It is my favorite substrate to use. It's great. I get it from PetSmart, and I use this shocker for all 4 of these tanks. So I also, for continuity, because they're going directly next to each other, I wanted them to have a little bit of differences between the 4, but also similarities. So you will notice that I also have Malaysian driftwood in here, and that's in pretty much all of the tanks, at least 1 piece of Malaysian driftwood. In the front, I also added a very small piece of Mapani, which I glued the Anubias Nano Petite on there, and that's the other plants that I used. I used a few pieces of Anubias Nano Petite, and then also a very large Anubias coffeefolia, which I had gotten a couple from the latest swap, which was really fun, which I just did a video on that. This is why I got those 2 coffifolias, because I knew I wanted them for these particular scapes. It's a very large Anubias, it's beautiful, and I'm really, really excited. Now the driftwood that I used, it's, if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell my direction that I used here was, it's supposed to look like a tree. So I did use 2. This is a little tip for you too. If you have a piece of driftwood that you think you like and you get it and then it's just not cooperating, I like to find another piece and just put it next to it and just play around with maybe multiple pieces of driftwood. I did that in my 20 long. I use multiple pieces in different ways, and it usually just comes up with something really unique. And this is kind of a tree trunk look with kind of a door. And then it gives the fish in there lots of space to hide out, and I think it just gives a very kind of a cool vibe. I also used 3 pieces of, I think it was just like 2 or 3 pieces of dragonstone, which who doesn't love that as a texture? And then all of these tanks, as you can probably tell, I am going with kind of warmer tones. That's why I chose what I chose, because the studio here will have a lot of warm tones in it. So everything's supposed to kind of coordinate. Now, who is in here? We have 6 tiger limias, and I love this fish. I actually hadn't given them too much thought until I had to catch them for our latest swap, and they were real stinkers to catch. But then I kind of fell in love with them, and I knew that I had to have them in at least one of these tanks, and so I'm very excited to have them, a little group of my own. They're very shy. They don't come out a lot, but I hope they move into their new home and they enjoy it. I also have 2 purple mystery snails, which I provided to myself because of my farm tank, known as Green Acres, is not only growing plants, but it is also a home of my mystery snail breeding project, which is so much fun. It's been so rewarding to see all these cute little tiny purple mystery snails all over the tank. I highly recommend it. If you've never bred mystery snails, definitely consider it, especially some of these that have such beautiful colors. Now, in order to set up this tank and then pretty immediately put the fish in, we used several products. The first of which is Fritzheim 7. Fritz Aquatics is a channel sponsor for Primetime Aquatics. But we used Fritzheim 7, as we do on pretty much any new build, because it has live nitrifying bacteria, which kicks the cycle going. And we also used filter media in that back compartment there, and that all helps the cycle start immediately, and then it's safe for your fish to go right in. And then, of course, water conditioner, we used Fritz Complete. The light on here is a Lifeguard full spectrum planted tank light, and I love it. It's a clip-on light. It's beautiful. It's goes nicely with the tank. It's got beautiful color, and it's a great size, so it's not something that's really jarring to look at, and I really like it. So this was tank number 2 of 4. Remember to keep tuned in to this channel for the next scape. I believe I'm going to be putting number 3 on my channel, and then the last one, number 4, will be on Primetime Aquatics, but feel free to stop by the Primetime Aquatics live stream any Wednesday if you want to take a look at all 4 of them, because I probably will be doing some finishing touches on each one of them. That'll be fun too. But I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.